Coming up on NewsWatch, a high school secretary was arrested for robbing the school of thousands of dollars and is waiting to hear her sentence.
Students and faculty have noticed a lack of healthy food options on campus, but why and what can be done about it?
And the Memphis Grizzlies have started their season. We'll have the latest ahead. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts now.
Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Kennedy Cooper.
And I'm Olivia Wright. A secretary from H.W. Byers High School in Holly Springs now faces decades behind bars. Dana Walker is being accused of embezzling about $40,000 over the last 2 years. The money was meant to be spent on various things such as athletic uniforms, parking decals, and school-sponsored fundraisers. School officials uncovered the Walker's crime back in February of 2022, and she was arrested that same month by the Marshall County Police. When convicted, Dana Walker will face thousands of dollars in fines and 20 years in prison.
A severe drought in the South is hindering efforts to ship products on the Mississippi River. A new report shows the cost to ship soybeans is up by 300% since July. The dry conditions have made travel harder for barges to move on the waterway. The river is more shallow and narrow, causing travel to slow down with less goods. Some say this came at the worst time, being that it's the peak of harvest season and farmers are trying to sell their crops. Authorities say this is the worst drought to hit the South since the late 1980s.
On Wednesday, 14 people were arrested from both DeSoto and Marshall counties on suspicion of stealing money meant to support small businesses from the pandemic.
The money was stolen from the payroll protection program of the U.S. Small Business Administration. The 14 individuals are being charged of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, illegally applying for the payroll protection loans, as well as committing wire frauds worth $100,000.
If convicted, they will face up to 30 years for wire fraud and 10 years for financial transaction. Now Halloween is coming up and you've heard the stories about razor blades and candy, but you need to be aware of drugs that are packaged as candy. Batesville Police Department are asking parents to pay attention to their kids' candy because narcotics are being packaged to look like candy. You can see an example pictured here. These packages look just like your favorite treats like Airhead Extremes and Starburst, but these THC gummies can be very harmful to children, and you may not even notice the difference if you aren't looking for it. We'll have updates as we learn more on this story.
The company Starbuds received their license to operate a medical cannabis dispensary in Oxford. This is the 6th dispensary to receive a license to operate in Lafayette County. Operations Director Doug Stout says they are in their final stages and will soon open doors to patients seeking more information on how medical cannabis can be used. The product must be harvested, processed, and tested before it hits this winter. The company opened in Colorado in 2013 and it has stores in Maryland, Colorado, Missouri, South Dakota, Oklahoma, and Jamaica. The store will first sell marijuana flower but will branch out into edibles, tropicals, and more once tested and processed. Doors are set to open in December at 1319 North Lamar Boulevard.
And the Rebels traveled to Baton Rouge last weekend and will head to College Station this weekend. Reporter Skylar Gerard caught up with the loyal fans who followed the Rebels on the road.
Ole Miss fans are true fans. They travel from all over to come back to Oxford to see their team play.
Proud Ole Miss alumni and happy to represent my school when we are local.
Do they travel to Oxford, but many of them follow their team all over the country during the season to see the Rebs play.
I go to all the away games to cheer on the Rebs.
I really like traveling with the Rebs because I get to experience the different cultures that are at each school.
Why do they do this?
Get a feel of what it was like in person, and especially coming from Ole Miss.
Toddy toddy! Fins up!
Rebs play in College Station against Texas A&M this weekend.
I'm traveling all the way to Texas to watch the Rebs play because I think it's good to go cheer on them in another state.
This is Skylar Gerard, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
And on campus, you may struggle finding healthier food options on campus. Well, you're not alone, and reporter Cameron Hass may be able to help.
Are you an Ole Miss student who struggles to find healthy food options on campus? Well, it seems you may not be alone.
There's not many options of healthy food. Like you can say Chick-fil-A is healthy, but it's really not. So it's really kind of hard to find something that is fresh and just makes your body feel good.
Healthy dining on campus is not something that comes in a large variety or decently priced. Even with the restrictions, students still do enjoy some of the dining options available on campus. It just might not be 100% ideal for them.
Blends Bowls is my favorite place to eat healthy. Even though it's probably not healthy, it makes me feel good about myself. But at the same time, it is $13 for a smoothie bowl, so.
McAllister's is my favorite place to eat healthy on campus. I get usually a salad there and a sandwich.
In recent years, Ole Miss has introduced food trucks to campus that have grown quite popular with students, some of them even aiming towards the healthier side, such as the new 7 Salads truck or the Wiggly's truck, who is now expanding their menu by adding items such as a Euro wrap to appeal to those trying to find healthier alternatives. Regardless of these newly added options that seem to be a step in the right direction, the issue of price still remains. Students are putting a hole in their pockets just by trying to buy themselves lunch or dinner.
I feel like more options would be nice, but then it would be probably more expensive everywhere.
In the end, the desire for affordable, healthy foods on campus continues to grow, and there is hope that solutions will present themselves in the future. I'm Cameron Hass, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Coming up, advocates for a teenager shot by a cop are asking a Mississippi police chief to step down.
And a Jewish community in Memphis reacts to rapper Ye's anti-Semitic comments. That and more coming up. But first, here's Hannah Wong with your current conditions.
Whether you're a road reb or staying in the SIP this weekend for a sweet treat from the streets of Oxford, our game day and Halloween weekend forecast have you covered on NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Great having you.
Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Is my light bright enough? You're such a glow-off. Well, you know. And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. More than 2 weeks after 15-year-old Jaheim McMullen was taken off life support after being shot by a Mississippi police officer, people want that officer arrested and they want the chief out. Gulfport police say that they got calls about a car full of teens waving guns at people at a Family Dollar store on October 6th. When officers showed up, they say one of them asked McMillan to drop his weapon, shooting him when he refused. But as Josh Jackson reports, the teen's family and advocates say they have video of a nearby business that shows a completely different story.
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Justice for Jaheim!
Dozens gathering on the steps of Gulfport Police headquarters.
He fatally shot Jaheim in the head without cause. There was no legal reason for him to have his firearm out. So now we are here to demand justice. We are here to demand accountability. We are also calling on the resignation of Chief Cooper.
Gulfport Police Chief Adam Cooper saying earlier this month MBI is handling the investigation. Public Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndall later saying the investigation needs to be completed before videos are released.
Say his name! Say his name! And we don't need the tape! We've seen the tape!
Supporters of the McMillan family and Black Lives Matter saying they've obtained video that doesn't line up with what the chief said in a news conference just days after the shooting.
Well, the officer gave chase to McMillan, gave orders for him to stop and drop his weapon. McMillan did not comply. McMillan turned both his body and his weapon towards the officer. The officer fired at McMillan.
Not at any time will we accept a chief of police to get on television and make up a series of allegations about a child and not have any proof to back it up. We are relieved to know that the family has retained the services of Ben Crump, which will be handling it for the civil matter. But as far as the criminal matter, we are specifically calling on the Department of Justice to issue an arrest warrant for this officer.
As the public waits for police video and area surveillance footage to be released, a family continuing to grieve, preparing to lay the teen to rest.
I'm not going to see my grandbaby no more. I'm not going to be able to go to his graduation, no birthday. He's not going to come over for the holidays no more and tell me, Nana, this food sure is good.
On Wednesday, the drug maker Perrigo said the advisory committee postponed its November meeting, where they were expected to discuss Opill. Opill is a non-estrogen contraceptive women take once a day to prevent pregnancy. Right now, it must be prescribed, but Perrigo has submitted the drug for over-the-counter approval. If approved, Opill would be the first daily birth control pill available over-the-counter. Perrigo said the FDA postponed the meeting, so it could review additional information related to the potential move. In Tennessee, natives are being transferred from Russian to Ukrainian custody. U.S. fighter Joshua Jones was just 24 years old when he was killed fighting in eastern Ukraine back in August. On the front lines in Ukraine, he was known to his fellow fighters as a tactical Jesus on account of his long hair and deep knowledge of the Bible. His passport and Ukrainian military ID showed up on Russian social media channels soon after, but his body was never recovered. Since then, Ukrainian lawmakers have worked tirelessly to get his body back, and today it has finally happened. Thanks to their efforts, Joshua's mother, Misty Gossett in Tennessee, will soon have the chance to say goodbye to her son.
Just a few days ago on the Drink Champs podcast, Kanye West, now Ye, ended his partnership with Adidas after making anti-Semitism comments. Following these comments, many more brands and individuals expressed concern and speak out against Kanye for his comments, including Memphis locals Jenny Paul, a Holocaust survivor, and their families.
He should be dropped from social media so he doesn't spread his hate. I have phobias now.
I think they just need to stand up and have a voice to say, we're not going to tolerate this. It's wrong, and we're not going to tolerate it.
And now let's get back to Hannah Wong for a quick look at the weather.
The weekend is fast approaching and finally here. But unfortunately for Oxford, we can expect some rain with 78 and 43% Saturday and Sunday. See what else is on our 5-day forecast coming up on NewsWatch Ole Miss.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Good evening, Oxford. I'm Hannah Wong with your NewsWatch Ole Miss weather. It's the quintessential perfect fall day here on campus and in Oxford, with your current temperature being 68 degrees, sunny with minimal clouds, and winds east to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. We can see the same temperatures regionally with South Haven at 68, just like us, Holly Springs and Corinth both at 69 degrees, and Tupelo at 71. Now for tonight's forecast, our low will be 48 degrees, partly cloudy, winds east to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The perfect chilly evening to watch your favorite Halloween or fall movie. Tomorrow it will be a little bit warmer at 75 degrees and cloudy with winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour and a small chance of precipitation. And we can see the same thing regionally again with South Haven at 75, just like us, Holly Springs at 74, Corinth at 75, and Tupelo a little bit warmer at 78 degrees. And our 5-day forecast, that includes so much: Halloween, game day, and of course some rain. Tomorrow the high is 75 degrees with a low of 56. And of course, just in time for the weekend, it will rain Saturday and Sunday with 78% and a 43% chance of precipitation, with the highs being 75 and 63 and lows of 56 and 57. And on Monday, just in time for trick-or-treating, the rain will be gone with a high of 68 and a low of 47. And Tuesday, your high is 72 and also a low of 47. While the Rebels travel to College Station this weekend, you may be too, with a kickoff at 6:30 p.m. and an expected temperature of 67. And if you're hitting the streets of Oxford, like I said, for some trick-or-treat weather, at 6 you can expect 64 degrees and at 8, 57 degrees. That's all I have for weather, and now we have Campbell with sports.
And coming up, the football team is taking a trip to Aggieland this weekend. And the volleyball team parted ways with head coach Kayla Barnworth. I'll have that up and more next in sports.
Creating a legacy takes time, takes dedication, spirit, and a greater vision. That vision starts here at the University of Mississippi. What will you be remembered by? Your character, your contributions, your friendship. Your legacy will define who we are now and who we are becoming for our state, our students, and our future. Ole Miss, build your legacy.
Bring it.
I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride? Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Ole Miss 18th NCAA tournament appearance.
This is fun, folks. As Baker's peeling it, little heat check. Snow Collins for three. Bring it up.
Said, I love Madison Scott.
Ole Miss Rebels are having a lot of fun, and you can see why.
College Station will be filled with Rebels this weekend as the Ole Miss football team is headed to play A&M this Saturday. Rebels are hoping to get back up in ranking with a win this week after dropping to number 12 after a loss in Baton Rouge. Even with this loss, Rebel players are still playing strong. Jonathan Mingo is going to College Station ranked number 2 in the SEC in yards per reception. Aggie quarterback Max Johnson is also hoping to lead the team after 3 of their true freshmen were suspended for violating team rules earlier this week. Kickoff at Kyle Field will be at 6:30, and if you're watching from Oxford, you can on the SEC network. And some Rebels will still be in Oxford, though, this weekend as the women's basketball team hosts the historic Delta State Friday night. This will be a lone exhibition matchup free of charge for fans. The Rebs took the victory against the Lady Statesmen the last time these two met in 2019. The basketball team is thrilled to start their season soon as they had an amazing season last year. With a 13-game winning streak and a program single-season record of 142 blocks, the Rebs are hoping to improve further this upcoming season. Tip-off in the pavilion will be at 6, and remember, fans get into the game for free. Taking things to the volleyball court, Ole Miss's head coach Caleb Barnworth has agreed to part ways with the team. Barnworth was suspended from the team last week, but agreed with Ole Miss to separate from the team earlier today. Rebels assistant coach Bree Henry will be taking place as head coach as Ole Miss is on the search for the next Ole Miss volleyball coach. Vice Chancellor of Intercollegiate Athletics Keith Carter stated earlier today that Coach Barnworth leaves this program well equipped for future success, and we wish her the best as she moves forward. And the fall season is here, and so is the NBA season. NBA teams had their season openers last week, and I was able to go to the home opener for the Memphis Grizzlies as they played a shocking overtime game against the New York Knicks. Here's a look at the last game last Wednesday. Be sure to follow us at rebel_watch for the latest sports updates.
Thanks, Campbell. Coming up, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
And what is your least favorite, or maybe the most overrated? More coming up after the break.
Times during class, and I tell her to talk to him, and it's like, oh, ew.
you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
It's that time of the year for candy. Personally, my favorite candy is Kit Kats.
I love those, but personally, I love Sweet Tarts. But what do you think the most overrated candy is? Reporter Haley Hood went to ask students for their opinion.
Hey y'all, this week I asked Ole Miss students what the most overrated Halloween candy was. Let's see what they said.
I think the most overrated candy is probably candy corn. It's just not good.
I'd say the most overrated Halloween candy's got to be Hershey's. It's just so common. You need variety.
I think the most overrated candy is Almond Joys because they're just nasty. Like, we just need to stop handing those out.
The most overrated Halloween candy is candy corn. I mean, it's just not good. There's so many better options.
The most overrated Halloween candy gotta be candy corn.
Worst Halloween candy has to be Three Musketeers.
I think the most overrated Halloween candy is definitely Almond Joy because no one wants that in their basket.
My least favorite Halloween candy is Butterfingers. Peanut butter shouldn't be flaky.
I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope y'all have a happy Halloween. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I am Haley Hood.
You know, I'm honestly shocked so many people said candy corn.
Me too. I love candy corn.
I'm not a fan.
Really? Oh my goodness. I mean, that's the candy of like the Halloween season.
It's a
candy
staple,
corn, right?
True, I guess.
So, for this Halloween weekend, what can we expect for weather?
Well, the rain will be gone after Saturday and Sunday, and it will get chilly later in the night, but while the sun's out, you can expect some nicer temperatures for trick-or-treating.
All right. Well, that's all we have for tonight for NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Kennedy Cooper.
And I'm Olivia Wright. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 5.
Thank you, and good night.